Hi, beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Dee. Welcome if you're new. In today's video, I want to briefly talk about what are the negative impact social media has on our relationships. I was talking about how I quit social media and what are the benefits I got from it earlier this year on my channel. And that had led me to think a lot about the usage of social media. And that's why today I want to just further discuss the other end of the spectrum. What are the negative impacts social media has on all of us? And I found this great article on North Central University. It was posted 4 years ago, so it was kind of old. But a lot of the points that it had brought up are still valid today to all of us. And I want to share some of the dangers of social media on relationships that it had discussed with all of you who are watching that are also interested in such topic. So the first danger is social media serves as a distraction from focusing on the interactions that nurture relationships. Social media use can become compulsive, explains Adamson. Apparently, this is an expert, making it difficult to manage the amount of time spent on it. In fact, according to a study cited by Psych Central, American college students describe abstaining from social media the same way they describe drug and alcohol withdrawal, cravings, anxiety, feeling jittery. So these are all of the withdrawal symptoms that I have been suffering personally. Even today, I still from time to time, when I look at other people posting, whether it be I stumble across on their posts or I just hear about it, or sometimes if I see it, I still get the craving to post my own onto the social media, my old social media platforms, including Instagram, Facebook, Snapchat, WeChat, Weibo, and some of the other stuff. So I can totally see how difficult it is on all of us. The danger is very obvious because the mechanism of how we got hooked to the excessive usage of social media can be very similar to that of alcohol and drug abuse. It's a type of social media is like a type of mental substances, and when you try to give up on it, it's very hard to not relapse. And in today's day and age, it's almost impossible to detach yourself from new technology, from the internet. And one way or another, you're gonna look at all of the applications, and that can trigger you to kind of put in actions of returning to social media use. And that can also be, if you haven't quit social media, that can be a trigger to lure you back onto those apps, because that's what it's designed. It kind of just hooks you up to an over excessive usage of all of these applications, so that you can stay on there for as long as possible, and that they can either sell you products or ideologies, or kind of do some sort of mental manipulations on you, no matter how subtly. And because of it, it can damage your relationship with people that are actually physically around you, because you're so occupied mentally with your online world, your life online, that you don't even have that much energy and that much attention left for people that are for the real life that is right there surrounding you. Lovers that you are spending a lot of time with physically, even when you're literally next to them, you might be on your separate phones looking at totally different worlds and kind of immersing yourself in different realities, and that is very sad. And the next one, people share their best lives on social media. So couples sometimes compare their mundane lives with others' exciting lives, which can create destructive comparisons. This can lead to discouragement with one's primary relationship, says Edmondson, the same person. That discouragement can lead to conflict, fear, unrealistic expectations. So with this one, I'm pretty sure a lot of people are guilty of it, me included. When I was on social media, whether I admit it or not. And that can go both way for men and women to look at their partners. And especially in today's day and age with such advanced technology, with the Facetune, Photoshop, and even Photoshop for videos, editing softwares for videos, all people see is perfect humans on social media. There's no flaws. The perfect facial structure, body shape, and the most tasteful outfit, flattering lighting, angles, and whatever. It just creates this online persona that doesn't exist in real life, but then you are comparing your spouse or yourself to people that you see on social media that don't even exist in real life. Even if there are a small percentage of people that do look like that in real life, do remember that it's a very small fraction of the population. And the reason why we see them so often on social media is because of the algorithm pushes them to us. And even though that fraction is super small, the percentage is small, the base of our population is very giant. There are, I think, 7 billion people in the world. So even if it's like 0.1% that is still a lot of people that you can see on social media. So don't let this illusion kind of deceive you into believing that your spouse should by default look like that too. And if they don't, then you can do so-called better, and you can just move on to the next person, and they might look like that. And even, to be honest, even people that look perfect on social media can maintain that image 24/7, because we're human and we're real living beings, and we are flawed. We wake up in the morning. We have, if we don't get enough sleep, we have dark circles, and we have pimples, acne, and we gain weight, we lose weight, and that changes do happen. So we have to kind of take a moment to really think about how we want to look at our spouses. Is it better to compare them with an unfair image, or an image that is not sustainable all the time, or should we look at it through a more mature lens? And to achieve a more mature understanding of it, I do think you need to pull yourself out from that environment where comparison or so-called perfection of image is the norm, or is the default. So that definitely is one of the most dangerous parts of an excessive usage of social media, because you might think it is the reality. And when you look at the real world starts to feel like it's not living up to the standards that you see on social media, on the internet, in the internet world. All right, so the final danger is there is the potential for another relationship that looks so much better than the primary relationship. So again, this goes hand in hand with the previous point. When you look at others doing being so perfect on the social media platforms, you start to wonder, can I also do better? And you start to think maybe the next one, maybe if I go back onto a dating app, or if I put myself out there, maybe there are plenty fish in the sea, and I can do a baddie that is better if you're a guy. But if you put that kind of unrealistic expectations on finding a partner, then every time all you're gonna get is disappointment. And how many times can you move on and be okay with it? All right, so those are some brief discussions about the dangers of overusage of social media, and how it can affect our relationships negatively. What are your thoughts on it? I know there are a lot of things that I left out from the article, but I do think these can be sufficient to spark some sort of further thinking and discussions. So please let me know what you think about it, and whether you feel your relationships with others have been affected negatively or positively by the usage of social media. All right. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you soon in the next video. Bye. Take care.